You may say, you may say. I am Engineer Jannet, your Master of Ceremony. Welcome choice. So to start our series 1 training workshop on plotting and topographic map preparation with Civil 3D and Google Earth. So to give us the overview of the training workshop, let's have our Regional President, Engr Jannet Bencure.
Thank you, Engineer Ryan. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Series 1 training workshop on plotting and topographic map preparation with Civil 3D and Google Earth. First and foremost, I would like to ask apology for the delay of the start of our programs, not due to some technical difficulties that we encountered. And yeah, but of course, I would like to thank also for joining our training despite the short notice. Yeah, but we were still here. And yeah, for today's meeting, today's training workshop, so we have two series, two parts. First is on plotting and visualization of land parcels. So basically, the purpose of this one is para may bawaan ninyo, no? For example, there is a client, no, and then bring a TV or a title, and then you want to know where it is on the field kasi we do not know man, no? So, you would like to visualize kung asa dapitan sa area. So, you need to visualize it using Google Earth, no? If not, actually you can visualize using GIS. However, I believe that some of you wala pa kaayo background in GIS. So, but the Google Earth Pro, no, morag hapit na kita tanan is using, so we will make use of it na lang. No? Okay, so number 2 is the preparation of topographic map. Now, so I believe that some of you have already experienced on using the Civil 3D in the preparation of topographic map, especially kind of mga road profiling, di ba? Designing of roads, no? But I also believe, no, daghan pa kaayo po ang wala experience on using Civil 3D, no? So, katong mga expert na, no, pasensyahin na medyo maghinay ang ato ang basic because the intention is aron na ata makasabot tanan, makakuha og isang gamay lang na skills, no? And then if you look at the program, this is a training and development program of GEPIA Series 1. So meaning to say there will be another series, no, na medyo magkataas-taas na ang level of your skills, no? And of course, I would like to thank the Professor Morales, and we have Engineer Mercurio, which they travel now from VSU to here just to share their knowledge and skills in using the software. No? So, karon kailangan magiging sa technology, so we need to adapt na or else mabiyaan ta sa ubang na profession. No? There are many professions are using this software but kumbaga nag-encroach na sa GA nga field, no? So, dapat dili ka magpaulahin. And yeah, with that, without much further ado, I would like to, formally open the overview. I would like to formally open the Series 1 training workshop on plotting and topographic map preparation with Civil 3D and Google Earth. Good morning once again. Okay. Sige, ako na lang daw mo introduce sa atong first speaker. Okay, so let me introduce our first speaker for topic 1. He is Okay, so he is of course a member of the GEP I-08 and currently professor at the Visayas State University. Actually, my former student, also she's a first batch ng Geodetic Engineering of the VSU, but now a dependable colleague and friend of mine. And yeah, so let me welcome Professor Florentino F. Morales Jr. Big round of applause.
Thank you, Ma'am Janet. Okay, good morning everyone. Mapay nga kahapon nga tanan. May buntag sa tanan. Actually, how should I say it? When Ma'am Janet asked me, actually the team trainer, the lead trainer for this event are actually Sir Martin and Ma'am Janet. But because they wanted to reserve their voices for the question and answer later on. So I'll be the one who's presenting the first part. And I'm very happy because when I read the program, the topic, they devoted like 3 hours for the topic. But when we are going to, conduct the activity or the exercises, maybe we can finish for around 10 to 15 minutes. So we already consumed 2 hours for this particular topic. Anyway, I'm pretty sure upon looking at the back, I tried to assess all the participants, but everybody's opening already the apps, the Google Earth Pro, the GIS, and it seems to me that it's not really a beginner's level because we already have a knowledge of GIS and AutoCAD. No? So what Ma'am Janet said earlier perhaps is very true. Please bear with us because the training is actually designed for beginners level. No? So I also expect and I'll appreciate more for those who already have more knowledge to not just ask questions, but of course your experiences to be shared is much appreciated. Okay? So again, good morning. Okay, so my topic is actually just the final output of the topic for this session is actually visualization of the lab parcels that we are intended to, or we desire to view, specifically in Google Earth. No? So, as what Ma'am Janet said also earlier, it's one way of assessing the area, what it's all about, to give us an idea before we go to the field and really conduct actual surveys. No? So it's better that we have an initial knowledge of what the area is that we are going to conduct our survey. So for this morning's topic, we will be divided into 4 steps, and I've said the very simple and a very quick and let's just say straightforward steps that we will be doing this morning. And one of which is the data preparation in spreadsheet. I'm pretty sure we already have knowledge how to plot parcels using an AutoCAD, but we really intended this particular step in data preparation in spreadsheet because it's easier for us to edit the data when the data is already in the spreadsheet or in Microsoft Excel. So if we later on view in AutoCAD and something's wrong, we can really go back to our data in Microsoft Excel and then again assess or evaluate if we have a wrong or an erroneous data that has been typically or an erroneous due to the typing errors or typo errors. So that's why we decided with this one in spreadsheet. And of course, I'm pretty sure we also do this when we conduct surveys in the field. We download the data from the GNSS or the RTK or the total station in CSV files. And we wanted to use these files also when we combine it with AutoCAD. Okay? We use that particular CSV file in AutoCAD. That's why we decided really for this preparation in spreadsheet. So in visualization of our data, very important is that we know the technical description. Make sure of that, and we have this technical description in our titles or whatever documents that we have, which contains the technical description. And the technical description obviously contains the distances, the bearings, and of course, very important, the tie point, where we tie our surveys. So this is why here in data preparation, we need the title, as I have written here. We have the title which contains a technical description, specifically the distances and bearing. Okay, what are we going to do, or we are going to do now, is out of the data that we get from the technical description of our titles, that we just simply type them in our Microsoft Excel. We do this so that we can also use this data in plotting in the AutoCAD. And as I said earlier, I'm pretty sure you have done already a lot of times doing plotting directly in AutoCAD, but because of the reasons I just stated earlier. So that's why we have this. So again, we have to open the Microsoft Excel software. It's very straightforward. And from the title, copy the technical description of the lot being described into columns. So it's up to you. How are you going to do it? How convenient or comfortable are you doing it? But we will do it in this manner. So for example, lines 1 to 2 for the different lines of our data. Then we have the distance and bearing. So take note, in the distance and bearing for our Microsoft Excel, we should be writing it in this particular format, like the north, 38 degrees, D for D, 4 to 5, and then the minutes symbol, and then east. So basically, these are the information we found, or we can find in our titles. We have this line, distance, and bearing. Why are we doing this? Because as I said, we will be using this as we plot the data in the AutoCAD. After that, this particular data, if you save this, will become a CSV file, which we can also use, but we will not do that, importing and exporting data. In AutoCAD, we can just simply copy and paste this particular data. But because, if you observe in this particular data, there are different lines, line 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and for line 1, we have two information, one for the line, for the distance, and the other one for the bearing. What we wanted to do now is to combine these two particular data that will be usable in AutoCAD. So again, to be usable in AutoCAD software, we need to combine this here. I hope the part is visible. Okay, combine the distance and bearing information into one entity in Microsoft Excel or the spreadsheet. Meaning, okay? Oh yeah, sure. Sorry for that. Or I can just send you that file. Okay. Oh, okay, so I distributed the Word file so that everybody will have a chance to review the steps, although it's not complete in the particular steps. Okay, bang. There we go. Okay, so we are here in step number 3. So to be usable in AutoCAD, as I've said, we need to combine these two information, both data, both distance and bearing. And to do that in Microsoft Excel, we just make use of the function or the formula concatenate, okay, which means to link together. And doing that in our Microsoft Excel, we can just use this formula, okay? So that the equal sign, concatenate, then we have it there, a open parenthesis, we have the, what do you call this? Murag, basta, quotation, double quotation. Double quotation and then the at, which will be followed by the distance. And of course, the angle sign, again, and then the bearing, they need to be closed by the closed parenthesis. And we will just click enter. Beside, of course, or any cell that you wanted the data to be positioned in the Excel. So like, for example, this one. So here is the concatenated column for that particular information. So here in this particular part here, we just type the equal sign, concatenate, then of course, the distance, at distance, and then the angle, and the bearing. So if you click rather enter, so what will happen is that in that particular column of the Excel, we will have this and we will find this particular information, which means we already combine our information for distance and bearing per line. Okay? So after here, we just simply copy this and put this and paste this in our AutoCAD software. So we're doing this, even as I've said, if we conduct actual surveys and we downloaded our side shots or whatsoever shots that we have in the field, which are in CSV files, and we have to concatenate again so that it will be ready to be used in AutoCAD. Okay? Na napas rabatanan. So for this particular this formula equals concatenate. We have the open parentheses, double open quotation, at, and then comma. We have click the distance, cell, then comma again, and then the quotation for angle, and then comma, and click the bearing, cell, and then close parentheses, and then enter. Okay? So we will be doing that in our exercise later, but you have this particular formula. Okay, so as a result, we have here the concatenated data or the values here. So we already, as I said, combined the distance and the bearing. So after this, we just simply open our AutoCAD software. Okay, so if you open your AutoCAD software, I'm pretty sure we're very expert now in using our AutoCAD. Okay, so we just simply type PL in our AutoCAD. Before that, just a piece of a reminder, we need to, of course, set our units in our AutoCAD. No? Make sure that the units that we will be working on are the correct units. So, we need to check the units first, like active units in the command line or the command for units. And then for the units, okay, so this will pop up, the drawing units that we have. So we will have choices here or options for the length, the angle, the insertion scale, so on and so forth. So in this exercise, we will be using BB decimal, precision through decimal places, the surveyor's unit for the angle type, and then the north degrees limits for the drawing units. And for the direction, we can just use the base angle east. Okay. So after we have set the units in our AutoCAD, we can now copy and paste, as I've said, the concatenated data in our Microsoft Excel. So in the Microsoft Excel, and when we go to the AutoCAD, we will just simply type PL for polyline, and then what we need actually, because I have mentioned in the beginning of this discussion or presentation, is that we need a tie point. Okay, so maybe the tie point of our BNLM number 1, or we refer our lot data, so that our AutoCAD will also be oriented with the coordinates that we will be using and locating in Google Earth Pro. Okay? So we have here the command, we have here the PL for the polyline, and then we enter, and then type the type point, maybe PDF or PPCS. So these things, north things for our type point. Then we enter again, then paste the concatenated data in the command file. So if you view here, in this case, we just simply type PL, and then enter, click in the interface here, anywhere, to orient us with the coordinates of our type point, and then click in the command line again, paste. So here in the command line, we will be pasting the concatenated data that we have copied from Microsoft Excel. Okay, so after that, and then it will already be plotted in your AutoCAD. Okay, so we will do that later. Then of course, before we save the file, we need to clear the map, just remain the boundaries of the lot. So if you observe, in our procedure, we included a type point where we begin our plotting. So we can, if you want, we can delete the type point and just remain the boundaries and save the file in DXF format. Okay? So that's the DXF format is the format of our AutoCAD where it can be interoperable with other software or other programs. Okay? Readily, or the interoperability of the CAD file. So we have it in DXF format because we will be using this data when we view or for our visualization in Google Earth. Okay, so the next one is importing of CAD files or the DXF to QGIS. Maybe QGIS, not all of us are QGIS users, but of course we use QGIS because it's an open source software. You don't need licenses, you don't need to buy, you can just simply download maybe the latest version that you want or an old version that you want. But for this one, we recommend this version of the QGIS because it's more or less stable. And the plugin that we need for importing the file is also in here. Because the old versions of QGIS, they don't have the plugin for the DXF. Okay, so once we have downloaded and opened already the QGIS software, we go to the plugins, the QGIS interface. Make sure you have the plugin, this one, another DXF importer. So make sure we visit first the plugins under the QGIS, and we have this another DXF importer. And then we have the QGIS, plugins, downloads, and another DXF importer. Here, we have to make it sure that we have this. And then we go to the vector tab. We will illustrate this later. Then DXF import converter. Then we browse the file, the DXF file from the AutoCAD that we have saved, and then press input, then close. We set the CRS for our reference system. Let's just say PRS92 or the Philippine Zone 5. And then export here, save features, KML, type, and the file name. And that's it. After we save the file name in KML file format, we can just click them and we can readily view that in Google Earth Pro. So like I said, as mentioned earlier, we have to, or we need an internet so that we can view the KML file in Google Earth. Okay, so if you try to illustrate these processes, I think you have opened already. Should we do this? Okay, I think I have also distributed the activity, right? Na-receive na ninyo ang file? Okay. There are two Word files there, one of which is the training procedure and the other one is the training activity. For the training activity, we can go over directly one step by step of the following data there. So if you observe in our training activity so that we can really have a hands-on exercise of this one, we have here the data preparation and spreadsheet. So, because I was given 3 hours, so we I was given 3 hours, so we also prepared a technical description with 17 corners that we will be doing. So for this technical description, what we want to do, or we need to do for the first step is to type this in Microsoft Excel. So can we do that? So you have, like the other one earlier, in the example, so you have this, Microsoft Excel, a die distance bearing, or this one. So given the particular data of 17 corners, can we do that? So that the next step would be concatenating the information. So we make use of this again, expression for the bearing. So we have the reference, gradient, either north or south, and the reference parallel, either east or west. So we have 38 D in degrees and then minutes. Okay na ba ang tanan? Or you need the type? Okay, maybe 5 minutes. We can write everything or type everything in Excel. The distance and the bearing first. Okay. Then we do together concatenating the data. So for the degrees, we can just use D and then minutes. okay na kita na tanan? Okay. Maybe a couple of minutes. Okay? So again, to concatenate equals concatenate. We have here the open parenthesis, the double quotation at, and then another double quotation there, comma, without a space, then click the cell for the distance, corresponding distance, and then another comma. We have the double quotation, then the angle sign, another double quotation there to close, then the comma, and then the cell for click for the bearing cell, and then close parenthesis. And then, of course, you enter. What do you mean to? Sell lang sir, sa sell. I-click lang yung sell. So wala yung spaces ha, hasta ang atong degrees minutes. Okay na ba kita katanan? Can we proceed now? Or you have concatenated already the data? Okay. Yes, ma'am. Ay, nakikihatag nga PLLM na data. Here. That actually parcel of land is from Inupakan. So we have here, I highlighted the PPCS coordinates, the northings, and then the eastings. So let's just make use of BLM 1. Na. Parang first the first column here sa naka-red highlighted is the northings, and then the second column is the eastings. So you write eastings and northings. Again, for those nagkuha sa AutoCAD, the tie point that we will be using is PLLM number 1. So we have it here. The northings is 1161013.12 and the eastings is 471.333.72. So when we input the values, we make use of eastings and northings. Nakakoncatenate na ba tanan? Okay, good. Okay, so I think everybody concatenated already the data in Microsoft Excel on the spreadsheet. Now this time we need to open our AutoCAD. Okay, we are already in the interface of our AutoCAD. So the command that we are going to use in the command line is PL for polyline. Okay, so we just need to type on PL and then enter, and then we will be asked to input the tie point. So the tie point that we will be using is for the tie point of Inupakan BLLM number 1. It's also found in the activity, what's this, activity sheet that I have given, also prepared. So make use of BLLM number 1. So to type, you have to type the eastings first and then the northings. Eastings, comma, northings. Then after that, enter again, and then position the cursor to the command line of the AutoCAD and paste the copied concatenated data. Napas na ba? Okay. Very good. Mapas na kay 6 minutes na lang. Paniudto na. Okay, so if you have it already in your AutoCAD, you have plotted already the lot, maybe we can clean maybe the line for the tie point, so on and so forth, and we leave only the boundaries of the lot. We can just delete the other lines there. Okay. Nakakita, naka-plot na kita kakuan, AutoCAD. Ada na? Then we can save the file in DXF format. Okay? The DXF format is the format from our AutoCAD where it is interoperable to other programs. So DXF format, maybe we'll just say training file name, training data.dxf or whatever file name you want. For as long as it is in DXF format. So again, before we plot, we need to check our units for our AutoCAD. No, we have to make it sure that we have checked for the direction, east, then we have the surveyor's units, decimal, north, east. And then, okay, I think alam na kita, no? So I hope we have saved already the file in DXF format. Okay, save the file in DXF format. You just use any file name that you want, and then just remember where you save the data or the file, for as long as it's in DXF format. Okay. Are we good to go now? So I hope we have already installed the QGIS, because we will now be importing our DXF format to QGIS. Okay, please open your, if you have already saved rather, the DXF format, please do open the QGIS software. Naka-open na tanan? Sige. Okay na, sir? Okay na kita? Na-open na ang QGIS. Oh, Okay, so if we have opened now the QGIS, please do click under the plugins here, the upper part, upper right, my plugins. We click the plugins and then manage and install plugins. And we will try to check if the plugin that we will be using is already installed. Please check the another DXF importer, this one. Okay? Another DXF importer na plugin. We will be using this. Under the plugins, okay, again. So under the plugins, click manage and install plugins. There you go, and you need to check another DXF importer. The plugin, another DXF importer. Because you have newly downloaded the software QGIS, maybe we need to install. Although it's already there, but we need to activate the another DXF importer. All. All. Correct. May daan. Sir Martin? Okay. So, to answer the question why you don't have the another DXF importer, we need to be online. Oo, sa server dahil sa qgsmag.com. So, we can use your data. You can use your data. Sige. So, magamit na itong mga data. Okay, so again, if we are already we already opened the QGIS software, we need to check under the plugins icon there and check whether the plugin another DXF importer is already there. But we can only do that if we are online so that we can connect to the QGIS server rather. We need to check this, another DXF importer, and then install. May internet ba nga tanan? Another DXF importer. Okay. So another DXF format, we have to check that plugin and then install. Install, sir. Install plugin.
Na-install na, sir? Okay.
Okay, so for those who have already installed the another DXF importer plugin, we can now go to Vector, which is just beside plugins. Just click Vector, Vector tab, and then click DXF import convert, and then import or convert. Click. Okay? So you will be asked to input the DXF file. Just browse to the saved DXF file earlier.
This one.
Okay? Yes? Another DXF importer. Install. Okay na kita? Sige. Browse to the file, the DXF file that you have saved earlier. And then click import. Import na diretso. Then okay, so you will know that it has already been imported because you will find it here sa interface, ang file. Then if the file is already there sa QGIS, we can close the, what's this? The vector, saan siya? Tab. So you have this already. Now we have already imported, that's just how simple importing the DXF file to your AutoCAD. Okay, we have it there. All we need to do is to expand this line. I-expand niyo siya ang atong training inupakan. Here. Third layer siya. Third layer.
Ini.
This one. Maklaro na ba? You click this one. Right click. And then we will click layer CRS. And then we set layer CRS. Meaning we will set CRS of our DXF file. Okay, so we select PRS 92 Philippines Zone 5. Okay, PRS 92 Philippines Zone 5, EPSG 3125, and then click OK. I-search lang ha sa mga CRS, PRS 92. And then at the bottom right corner po, sa interface here, this one, i-click po din na to. There. You also have to click PRS 92 Philippines Zone 5 and then again click OK. So this one here, sa bottom right corner, the coordinates. And by clicking the file, layer CRS, and then set layer CRS to Philippine or PRS 92 Philippines Zone 5, and then click OK. Then we have set already the coordinate system, coordinate reference system for our DXF file. And then after that, we can just simply save our work as a KML file. So again, we right click and then export. I-import na to siya sa queue, i-export na po na to siya. Okay? Right click the file, export, and then save features as. Click save features as. Then again, we fill in the needed information. Just type the file name that you want. Then you have already the layer name. Kindly check for the CRS if it's correct. And then just simply save. So let's just say trial. There you go. Okay. Then click OK. Export. Save feature as. Saan lang to? Make it sure that the format is in KML. Sa first na kuan ha, this one, make it sure that the file format is in KML or the keyhole markup language. Then your file name, the same layer. Only the file format and the file name you need to give the data or input the data. And after that, you already have the KML file. And if you have that KML file already, just double click it and you will go directly to the Google Earth Pro if you have the internet. Okay? So if you have already saved the KML file, go to your KML file, just double click it, and you will be sorry? Ipakanto. Yes. Ha? So if you have already your KML file, you can just double click it. Wala gihapon. Sir Martin, my problem is Sir Martin. By the way, don't forget to click the destination of the files that you wanted your file to be saved in. Like you have it here, the file name, trial, and then you browse to the destination that you want your file to be saved in. So that you will also be guided where to click your KML file. So if you have it already, you can just click your KML file. And then you will be directed to Google Earth Pro. Import Earth Pro. So say for example, you have already saved the KML file. We can just double click the KML file, like this one. Double click it, and you will be directed to your Google Earth Pro. And this is the location of our exercise. This is in Inupacan, where you can always visualize the location of the lot that you are interested in. So the visualization of our interested lot or the desired lot that we have in Google Earth Pro is the final output for this particular exercise. So there you go, you can actually have an idea what the surrounding is all about or look like. Okay, so maybe we can just finish the exercise. So some already finished the KML file, ready to be viewed in Google Pro, Google Earth Pro. So I think we can just go over again the process. You have the copy of the procedure, how to do it. I think we will be guided accordingly. Okay? So that's it. So for those who are done, thank you. Maybe you can continue working if you still have time, if you really wanted to view it in Google Earth Pro. So that's the final output, the KML5. So supposedly, if we have done it correctly, if we will double click the file, KML file, medyo kayo. We can zoom into the point of interest, the lot that we plotted.
Magano na lang ta mag-working lunch. Sana yung kita na multitask. Distribute na lang natin lunch. And you can eat na lang while
gusto.
Gini-distribute na natin food. Natin food, may caldereta, sweet, bangus kasi sling nga, sweet and sour. Tulong yung mapagpilian, ano ito yung gusto?
Pagustuhin.
Hinang gusto bangus, para ma-distribute na. Bangus. Bangus na si sling, bangus. Salaya, caldereta, sweet and sour. Ano na sweet and sour? Istagapia ka sweet and sour. Fish na caldereta. Imagine na namin ito. mag-practice sa Google Earth 3D, sa Civil 3D to Google Earth. Alam mo siya. So yun, thank you Kuya Melvin. So reminders again, ang aton lating diri ito niya makita to client, explain natin na diri niya accurate syempre. So possible mamove pa nga di, mamove dito, mamove. May difference ito niya, diri ito niya sakto nga. Ang pili talaga lote, so dapat napulo nga balay sulod din eh. Pero pag survey natin, tika din eh. Wala nga sulod. Pero ang purpose line niya is ang location, mag-visualize na nato na yung dapat talaga ang lote. Diri niya, unahin dapat talaga niya corner. Siyempre, ma-relocate talaga kita. Masokol kita, ground. Usa pa, engineer ang liwat. Bicentenyo, siyempre, nag-survey pala niya ang kulok. Bicentenyo. Madali na, engineer.
Kailangan mo ngayon ng internet. Medyo mapuri, kailangan ng internet. Kung mawala ka dito, mapuri. Pero kung may data, may naman, accessible naman yan at internet.
Syempre, tapos kung magsusukol kita, kung booking, magdaan na kita pagpa-loading. Kaya dapat natin balay, pa-loading na daan kita. Syempre, kita ang mga engineers, mga surveyors, before we go to field, syempre, andam kita, mga sundalo liwat. Naka-plot na nga daan gabi pala, kay para at least pagkat mo, maray signal, di na nakaload na nga daan ng load ya Google Earth. Mga pa, iyan ang liwat, future engineer mo ron. Future engineer, tagi kami daw yung ano. Thank you ko noon, pag-install ng GeoGIS, ng Civil 3D.
Ma'am, anagong masisiring na kay di pa manggod-bugod din nga master na abutin ng mga software. Papasalamat ako na atakan akong chance makbaro inin. Tapos about liwatan ko and lote makukuha na Google Earth, masasabtan na kin mababatali tapos makukuha ni kabutangan ko na ito ulit lote. Salamat Awad.
Thank you so much, future engineer. So, kinantoriya na tulog. Naawod na ni ba? Naawod. Next series ka mo, ha? Next series. Next series. Series 2. Okay. So, we'll proceed to our next topic for the preparation of topographic map. And our guest speaker or the lecturer na mag-share his thoughts about this topic. We have, he is an instructor from Visayas State University, Bachelor of Science in Geodetic Engineering. He is MS in Geomatics Engineering Specialization in Applied Geodesy in UP Diliman. And he also says that chill lang ta sa life. Help me welcome no other than Engineer Martin Jannet Mercurio.
Ah, dito, dito.
Hello, good afternoon. Sige, okay. So, maybe, puno na itong mga tiyan. Di ko maarang waray upay. Sagutin. Guti, no? Anyway, so, I'll be discussing this second part of the training, so which we will focus on the topographic map and also the preparation of it using the civil 3D. So we will just set limitations and expected outputs. Before we proceed, no, there are some issues about the activity lately. Na some of the participants wala na load sa Google Earth. So I'm not sure as I wrong I didn't good wrong pero base na since we are following the right procedure, so I guess that's okay. Pero if we have time, ako lang i-try debug then ako i-content. I-try na to if mo work better. But anyway, if we are still on QGIS, no? Ngayon sa kapaagyan na mga engineers, no? Is by using the XYZ tiles. Right here. So, kanya siya XYZ tiles. So somehow, if gusto kita makaibawan sa next series na ako ng Engr Jannet. But anyway, try to search na lang for now, sa online, how to use the XYZ tiles. So here, kaya na naman sa akong QGIS, by default, so I have Bing, Google Streets, and other base maps. So with that, pwede na visualize din. For example, so di na kumuha to ni Google Earth. Exactly. So, pwede kong mag-change of layer, like Google Earth kana. Pwede po. Pwede po Bing Maps. So, yun. There are some locations na Bing Maps okay. There are some locations Google Earth is okay. So, okay. Please take note. So please take note that this lot is not exactly supposedly right there. So if we are familiar to our location, like we all know where is Bialang number 1. Kunya i-try mo siya add to sa map, kunya dili siya mo match sa coordinates na gihatag. Di ba we have database of coordinates? So that's understandable because first of all, maybe the map is, we cannot say erroneous, but think about satellites above, which is around, pila yung mga altitude niya, ma'am? Mga satellite, mga imaging, 10,000 kilometers? Landsat? Mga LEO na siya, ma'am, low Earth. So something like that, low Earth orbit na siya. So with that distance, no? 700 kilometers. Lagi na siya, expect that there are some shifts, no? Na yung mga shift. Okay, for example, sa baybay, ako gi-investigate. Uy, mga off masyag mga 20 meters. But that's not the case because visualization na as Engineer Ryan na i-explain. No? It's only for visualization. So not meaning to say, wala, ang lot kay nahadiri. Wala, lapas na. So, maybe, ato lang i-limit na, di po natin ipakita sa client, masimbag, na, wala, ganun, nasold na ng kaning building sa Precas Lote. So, misleading siya ba? Pero kita, we all know, because we recognize the error, pero kana sila, di lang na mistake. Na-nag-use yung mga, because, first of all, na ikaguling reference system ang pagkuha sa image, kita sa ground, we have this our own reference system. So if we try to combine them, so there might be distortions, something like that, no? Na especially global scale. Kunya i-compare na tong local na data. So understandable na siya error, no? So somehow acceptable, and of course, since we are familiar with the place, so okay, so magets na ako na di had pita somewhere right there. So maybe that's it, no? Or yun. Or you can move that piece of piece of polyline. Pwede na niyo move, no? But hopefully we can have another series na more advanced, no? So first, ato lang yung masteron na makuha nato kay maybe, di ba, LDC, di ba nato makuha dayon? Makuha ba dayon LDC? Dili? Pila ka days? 2 weeks? Depende. Depende. Basta rin. Anyway, pero did you get the point that if someone reach our client, na siya title, then wala sa imong database. So, first thing to do, okay, I will plot the data, blah, 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 then that's it. Dali mong lote, ana. So, di ba? So, with that, you can already imagine asa ka mag-traverse, asa ka mag-reference, and so on. Because you already visualize the area. Bisa lang kuhan, sa itawag na, or sa itawag top view. No? So, saan ang pagbalat na po? Napang may question ni Sir Bo? Questions? Sige. So, ang katong mga, if natin time, ato lang try balikod, no? Ang katong wala na yung gana ganiha. Engineer, no? Ato lang try balik ganiha. So, proceed lang sa ta. So, by the way, since I'll be discussing another topic, so if you have some questions, no? Feel free to discuss, interrupt, no? Kaya di magiging yung klase, paano man work. Since we are not at the same field, so we already knew na, okay, gets na ako na, or okay, na-refresh na ako. So that, mo na itong point, or target. So, okay? So now, I'll be discussing the elements of topographic map. Then afterwards, we'll have our activity. So maybe we should listen first. By the way, I will share this presentation after the activity or presentation. No? So, what are these, or what are your skill level of using Civil 3D software? Any fun? Kanang paspas na kayo or kanang expert na ba? Anyone here? You can raise your hand. Honest, honest. Na? Mabitaw niya rin may kasi ito 3D. So, unsa may yung skill level? Like, beginner or isang tawag na user. But 0 is the highest. 1 is the lowest. 5 is the highest. Asa man 1 na? 1? Wala. Tikto na siya. Ganang honest. 1?
Ito na lang to.
2. Ito rin na lang. How about here? 3, 2, 1, 4. Ang sabi yung gamit actually, Acad, Civil 3D. Pero for, ang sabi yung main mo, drafting annotations. Okay. Actually, Civil 3D is, if you will ask me, it's more advantageous for us because our work is really not getting on horizontal, also vertical. No? Oh, kaya din actually sa AutoCAD, but I don't know when ko nakauna na, maybe pag instructor na nako before, nakunaw na ko, okay, how to plot this piece of topographic map kay tapulan na lagi ko. Kaya magpa-exercise na niya, wala ko'y magpa-activity niya. Wala ko'y basis ba, answer sa topographic map. Ano po, sa akong manito, maka-drawing ko. So, mo to, Civil 3D is the answer. No? Crack. Okay, any background in map making? Of course, we are a graduate. Pwede kasi mga geodetic dire. Engineers na. Oh, mag-share. Oh no, proud ba? Proud. Basta, diba? Kano mga geodetic na ba? Geodetic. Okay. Kisa may mga instrument man, liaison. So, okay. Okay, good. You have background lagi sa map making. Ako po, liaison, si talaga, map maker. Kaya ako naman lang, ako'y tao. No? So, map making, any background? Of course, kaya ka na maghimo ka sa division plan. So, that's already map making. How about survey plan and maps? So, of course, there are some already commercial software, plug-in softwares that made our life easier. No? But, for example, parehan ako, walay ka-afford, so naghimog ko, mag-draft ko. How about topographic map? Kisa na produce a topographic map. Wala git, bisa ko sa.
Sinunod sa routine na.
So, okay. So, I'm expecting na from scratch, kita gimuhimo or from, if I will give you the data, dili mo makaproduce kay first, wala ko kayo makunsaon. So, mo na ako ka-expect. Tama ba? So, kung tagaan ito mag-data right now, can you produce something at topographic or contour lang? Okay, so anyway, mo na atong target na ma-output karon, no? Or, can you remember the elements used in making a map? Cartography. Ikaw, sir. Cartography. 5. 4. Unsa may mga necessary items dapat nasa map? Information. So, information. No? So, legend. Unsa pay lain? Scale. Bar scale, direction, meridian, etc. No? Okay. So, what do we expect from you? No? So, we are here not just to spend time, but to learn. No? Okay? I know, mas active din mo sa field kaysa nako. So, mas maka-benefit mo ani, and of course, if always mo, like for example, topographic survey, produce a topographic map. So, yun. Importante po na siya, no? So, expected output is we can maka-define a topographic map, able to recall map elements. Of course, after we will have the discussion first, no, review lang, then we will have the activity afterwards. So we will perform data import and point data edit kay we have data, then of course we need data cleansing, so filtering, we need to clean the data. Then of course the best part is to produce or plot or draw a topographic map using the software. Okay? So, because I love myself, mo niya akong output last time. No? So, simple lang. Simple, no? Again, the topographic map is may subjective siya. Wala ba sa ako, wala man sa atong manual kung sa dapat po kanang sa map na to no sa topographic. Submit na naman to no survey returns katong 30 by 30 sa to. So sa topographic map, you have the freedom to have your own template. No, depends kay di man. But anyway, for this one, para lang ni architect ang purpose, ang output na kuha ni. So, yun. If you look into the details, you have this one. No? Lisod kayo niya siya kung, for example, your data points, dili siya naka-grid. Diba? One method of plotting, one method of drawing contours is by grid. Yeah, napaka-diagonal. So it's very tasky, it's very time-consuming, tedious and process. And what if ang coverage nimo is 1 hectare? So with using Civil 3D, no? Bisa pag 1,000 points pa na siya, 2,000 points, walay 1 hour na kay nani. No? So, yun. So, so you have the spot elevations, you have the... Of course, when we talk about topographic map, so it's not just about contours, it's about, unsay naaliha, like nabay building, like for example, dere. So, meron na siya, bahay kubo, so supposedly that should be in a solid color, but anyway, pwede rin na ma-solid nyo by using hatch. Okay? Then, sa pangilain. So yun, na ay wala mo kay bawang sa name sa ubang kahoy, so Jubilina, Tipo, Avocado, kay mo may gusto. So, the output depends on the needs. Kasi gusto ni client, kasi gusto ni architect, kasi gusto ni civil engineer. Kung na may magpatopo na, kasi usual magpatopo sa inyong civil or architect. No, kay more detail, gusto siya na i-design, sabi niya gusto, sige trip niya, no? So, for example, for this one, gusto niya na 1 meter ang interval. So, detailed din siya, no? So, if that's the case, dapat detailed ang pag-gather na to data, no? Okay. So, maybe sa after mga later slides. Okay, ready na pa? Ready? Ready, get set, go. So, we will have a lecture, then activity right away. So, mapa, meaning napkin or cloth. So, our presentation of the Earth's surface or part of it, its physical and political features, etc., or of the heavens. Or, when we say map, so it's kaning, like for example, map of Baybay, map of Tacloban. So, representation of the Earth's surface could be the whole or part. Kaya nang inyo nakita sa GIS or Google Earth, that's already a map, no? So, of course, the image or the base map is the satellite image, okay? So, it's used as tool to convey all sorts of information. Of course, that's why we are doing visualization. Kay, for example, okay, so kanina area di ay kay too many trees or di gani squatter na area. So, with that, maka-imagine ka, saan ka na ko ni pag-traverse? Mag-GNSS na lang ko, or di gani, mag-traverse na lang ko, kaya lisod man yung signal, so something like that. So it can serve as planning. And also, focus na ito sa atong profession, no? Kay most likely, every day or before we move out to conduct survey, of course, we need to review the documents. And as well, asa tumat to? No, okay, delete ang pita, so I know asan na siya. So basic steps. First, know the location, of course. Then, determine the scale. The scale depends on the requirement. So for example, gusto ni architect na pino kayo, I mean ma-define yung surface ba. So of course, lesser contour interval, the better. Pero for example, one lang ka ng, unsa may mga rough na mga kasi makashare din. Kana mo murag dili kay gusto nila accurate ba or kanang basta na lang tupo-topo. Mga quarry sa man. Naman gina, di ba? Naimana na yung sige lang engineer, ay napalabi, uli mo mga points. Nagdali pa. So something like that, no? It depends. Then of course, we need to add symbols. Okay, of course, if your image, if your map is somehow stale or walay or vacant or walay mga other information, so how can we convey your idea? Of course, geodetic engineers or kita map makers, kita na maghimog map, so we should able to convey our intended information sa user, no? So dapat atong when we make our map, it should be at least dili kita rin makasabot yun ang person na imong intended na hatagan sa map. Okay? And of course, apply geographical names on the important places. So for example, dili kita ang corner 1 PS, corner 2 PS, no? Okay. So let's move on to the characteristics, no? So mo ni sa actually i-pick up na ako ni sa klase ng sa cartography or G112 higher survey, topographic map making. So first, we should have the clarity, no? So clear. Klaro gyud kayo na ma-convey gid mong information na gusto nimo i-share, no? Next, order, logic of the map. So, most probably, when we look through the map, it should, pagtanaw nimo, ang map yun dili kay ang ubang details. Kaya main purpose natin is the map. So when you make your map, dili kayo not so flowery or daghan kay design. So ma-distract ang atong eyes. Instead, look ka sa map, sarain natin itanaw, may appreciate, dito dali yung margin. So, di ba? It should be, first glance nimo, magiging matutukan mo ang map. So, pwede, you can try your wife. For example, Labs, palibog tayo sa mapa, okay ba sa'yo? Kasagot ba ka? So, it's one way to validate your map. No? Okay, usahay lang good, if self-assessment, okay na ni. Di masaktan. Diba kay, remember, even though kita, map maker, pakita mo yung map, like times, dili ma-understand sa user. So remember, ang user natin is our client. So we should think like our client. No? So balance, elements of a map. So visual center. So it should be, ang imong map, of course, it's the map. I mean, yeah, the centerpiece. Dili kay ang imong legend, kay nasa tunga, ang mapa, kay naskilid. So, wala na balance. Next, contrast, line of waste, font size. Of course, if you emphasize this section, this part, of course, imo gina siya bag-on. Di ba? For example, survey returns. Boundary. What is the thickness? 0.5? Pila man? Wala yung tagakan din. Pila lang? 0.5, 0.6. Pagka siya, no? Then, subdivision lines is less thicker. Diba? So, it gives emphasis na, morning boundary. Because we already knew it. And also, bisag wala tayong idea sa survey returns, makasabot ang tao, murag kaunti rin man talaga siya. So at least, by using weights, so weights, how thick ang imong lines. And font size, of course, large text, mean to say, murag gusto kini mo ipapasa sa tao. Ang gamay text, kato na mga extra na murag, not necessarily, if the user will look at the map, dili na necessary basahin niya. So for example, for this one, of course, our title of the training is this one. Of course, we should highlight this one. Make this bigger. Dili, ang kani. No? So, para ba, pagtanaw mo, kani mo matanaw. Not this sections, no? This one. So, kana. Unity. So, the relationship between the backgrounds, shading, and colors in map, and harmony between all elements on a map. So, yun. Ma-practice lang mo, then for sure, you'll be the best map maker. Okay. So what are the elements needed sa map? Maybe this can be general or sa topographic map. Of course, nodes. Diba? Sa atong BL plan, we have nodes like tie point is from, or TP is BL number 1. Diba? Nasa pa man to? Mga nodes. Single circles are PS. Double circles are all points. So, ano siya? Nodes. Legend. So, legend. For example, balik na nga ko dito. So, kanya siya. This part. Of course, you are putting some informations. Piece of information around the map. And of course, in order to support this information, so you have your legend. So, may buta sa butan niya, sumutanaw ka sa legend, anak. So, may buta sa butan niya, sumutanaw ka sa legend. No? So, that's the purpose of the legend. Then, scale, of course. Scale is important because if we are sa engineering side, engineering outputs, so dapat natin kay scale. Di ba? We have in our BL plans, not a scale. So, nagi na. Meridian, so that is our orientation. So, meridian could be through magnetic meridian, sa paman isa. Grid, no? So, title, no? Theme, so it could be, pwede, when we make maps, pwede mo siya, pwede parang Enchanted Kingdom, so dili necessary accurate, like cartoonish siya. But for engineering purposes, it should be as much as possible accurate and full of information. And also, tags and grids, other elements. So, review lang sa colors, black, usually man-made features, the grid, kanang nipis kayo siya. Kabantay ta sa mga maps. Kasabay ng maps. I guess naman tayo mga maps. Or kanang globe. Di ba kabantay mo ng mga grid lines? So, nipis kayo siya. Dili kayo baga. So, for that, dili kayo siya emphasize. Blue, of course, water bodies. Then, green, vegetation. Brown, for the relief or contours. Then, red, roads. Pwede po yellow. It depends. Depends na sa ato, no? Then, pink or gray for the urban areas ng city. Usually, gray naman, no? So, kanila, black, blue, green, brown, then pwede red or yellow. It's okay, no? As long as really anyway, you can judge man good kung maghimo pud mo. So now, let's proceed to topographic map. So, any questions there? Questions before tayo proceed? Wala? Okay na? Sige. Topographic map. Okay. So, what's the purpose? So first is to determine the topography or relief of the land. So by looking at the topographic map, you can determine, this section is steep. Makailata. Kailata ang say steep, ang say gentle slope. No? So for example, for this one, comparing this line to this line, asa may mas steep? The first one or second one? Steep. Ito namang marag, ano ba? First or second? First, second. Second, first, second, no? Of course, because the contour lines are close to each other. Each contour lines denotes elevation. So sa ato pa, if na ako dili nag-stand, akong elevation is 103. If na ako dili nag-stand, akong elevation is 103. So if na ako by a shorter horizontal distance, so ana gid siya steep. But for this one, it's gentle or hindi siya steep, no? So that's the main purpose. And first, second is to identify the natural and artificial features located on the land as well as their locations and positions. And also, to produce a topographic map and a contour map. So, essential sa ato, needed for other practitioners. No? So, kita yung mo perform na. So, your map is characterized by large-scale detail and quantitative representation of relief using contour lines, kanesya, no? Contour lines. But, historically, by using variety of methods. So, like, for example, shading. Kakuan mo ng map, kung naa siya shade, mainan ninyo na murag taas niya siya ng mountain. Di ba? So those techniques, but if we will use those techniques, maglisod ka to identify how high ang elevation niya. Compared to contour lines, na lang kayo nga lines, you will know pilang elevation. So, your map is a detailed and accurate graphic representation of cultural and natural features on the ground. Of course, when we conduct topographic map survey, we survey katong mga buildings, mga roads. So, it's not just about determining elevation. So, when we say topographic survey, imo gid ikuha og data kung naay kahoy diha, sige kuhaan imo data. Naay balay diha, kuhaan imo og data. So that's topographic na. Makuha gini mo asang kalsada, asang mga buildings, and etc. Same time, we will have the elevation. No? We need to determine the elevation. So uses used for geographic planning, architecture, earth sciences, and many other geographic disciplines, mining, and also sa civil engineering. So dako kayo na siya the output, no? The output of our map. Okay. So this is an example of a contour map of Mount Nacolod way back 2012, Ma'am Janet, no? Well, 12, 13. So from this one, we made this piece of paper into this model. No? So, it's a layer of... So, sa ito pa, this color, ang meaning na niya, mga na ang shape sa kana na layer. So, it's just layer ang contour. Kanang contour nung kita niyo, same layer na siya. Mean to say, if you fall on that same line, you're in the same elevation. So, with this, kanang siya, information, kita ninyo, so, kisay taga-southern dali, so good dapit. Wala, no? Anyway, so Mount Nacolod. So, kana siya. So, from that one, naimon na siya ginani. Magiging model. So, yeah. So, we use Eva foam. Then, awan na siya gi-coat of glue and so siya, glue and sand. So nag-experiment din. And nani siya sa Sugod na Municipal Hall. Sakto ba ko, ma'am? Sugod? No, Sugod wrong. Silago. So sa Silago din ako nag-ibutang. So, yun, tuwa siya dito. Okay? Okay. So characteristics. Contour lines are drawn connecting points of equal elevation. So as I said, if nako dire, we are parehan ng elevation kay lying on the same line. Contour lines are useful because they allow us to show the shape of the land surface, di ba? By looking lang, marag steep dire, marag inani di ikon sa bukid. Vertical distance between adjacent contours is the contour interval. Okay? So the contour interval for this one, pila man? Pila? 10. No? So that is what you call contour interval. Meaning to say, at this point and this point, 10 meters ang, kung meters man ganin siya, 10 meters ang interval. So with that, kung makaibaw ko sa horizontal distance, niya, makompute na ko ang, masabi mo compute mo, na naka-horizontal, naka-vertical, slope. Diba? Of course, for example, going back here, if ever what mo nag-wonder why, for example, kami taga-Baybay, going to Tacloban, why is the road is winding road? Para less excavation. Of course, kay musubay siya sa topography. So, na siya. So, pwede pa lang, hindi mo natagtaan na lulitsyo. So, I don't know. So, but anyway, so nagagapoy role si topographic survey, ana, and topographic map, and the design. So that's, marag na usa ka perfect engineering, so tinako, before ka maghimog subdivision plan, especially medyo complex, you need to conduct a topographic survey. Topographic survey sa area na i-subdivide kay. With that, you can decide where is the road ni mo ikuan. So, for example, sa this section, kay medyo ubos siya, kay para diha pud ang kanal, di ba? So, planning. So, something like that. So, there are different types of contours. You have first, ang kaning thick one, ang mo gitawag na itong index. Mula kang main contour, major contour. Next, ang mga in-between, kano siya, in-between, this, what we call the minor, sakto, or intermediate. Then, supplemental depression. Ang depression is something like this, like, nasa spikes. Meaning to say, if we zoom in dali, meaning to say, question, from here, padong dili, unsa man siya, pasaka pa ubos? Di ka dili padong ko dito, pasaka pa ubos? Pasaka. But, di ka dili padong dito, paubos siya. See this, kana siya. Basta na ingana, depression siya. Depression. No? Paubos siya. So, keep in mind, bantayan na ninyo sa inyong mga maps. Okay? Namin tatag na yung board na anyway. Okay. So, magkuha sa ko charger. Kadali. Okay, so, isa to. Dito sa, pen, dali. Okay, so, kung kanina line, na ba? Okay. So, ang cross-section niya is paana. But if gikan dili pa dong dili, so more siya pwede paubos siya. No? So, ang depression na contour is na siya mga spikes. Pasulod, pa-inside. Pa-inside. Okay? So, mana siya. Okay. So, next, dapat ay gitawag na approximate, but anyway, since our generation of the topographic contour map is based on the real world data na gi-gather nato sa ground, so wala kayo taan ng mga approximate unless natay na miss kanang look ko points ani na part ako na approximate, pero the better before you leave, before you arrive sa ground, sa area, you need to identify the boundaries and expand your data gathering outside sa boundaries. I'll just explain later. No. Okay. So your contour shows the slope as what you have said lately, no? Then, of course, if your points lies on the same contour line, the same elevation, and also features of the surface. So let me ask you, kaya ninyo i-visualize niyo sa inaw niya? Can you? Of course, no? Wala, di lang natin mamodel, pero makasabot ka lang, hala, paubos dire, pasaka dito. So something like that. No? Okay? So, what's up may other features? So, kanisiya, you have the title, maybe the scale, kisa survey, kisa mo sa map, when is the date, of course, example of graphical scales in mapping. You have this complex, double, you have the single, and you have your line slab. Then, so may other features. So, it's not limited to these features. No? Pwede ta mo ato sa DMC 2010-13 natin mga standards dito sa gamitong pag-drawing, pag-drafting. No? Balik ta. Nanong talaga, excuse me, nano ba yung bagong manual sa land surveys sa Philippines? Or 2010-13 yapon ta? Revision? Okay. But anyway, if naaman gani at new manual or wala, the cartographic standards na gamito nato naa sa DMC 2010-13. Of course, from other references. Okay, same naman ang meaning niya. So, yun. For railroads, roads, trains, sabi na siya eh. Basta. Boundaries, like national, country, town, section, then nasa paman. Buildings, so such as this one, may naka-style sa pag-hatch, na solid, na hollow, and that's it. Then for example, for stations, kanang stations gani, sa ato mga traverse, usually ang natin yung conventional of conventional na ito pag-label, pag-drawing na ito sa CAD, triangle yun. No? Triangulation. And we have these iron pipes. Usually sa ako na case, ang mo na ko, ako na siya yung standard na circle sa topographic map. Then, yun, grass, what else? Anyway, ako muna share niyo sa inyo. So, it's subjective. Subjective. Dili mo na unsay gigamit na ako maagad. But most likely, dapat duol-duol ta kay. Anyway, for ha? Anyway, So, advantage sa mga advanced na technology, total station and GNSS by RTK method, dali lagi kayo, no? So, mao lang lagi na, if na kay lapses, wala kay validation points, wala kay mga benchmark as suggested, maglisod kayo kag-validate, sakto ba ni? So, kung saan mo na pag-validate, mobalik ka sa area. But if you already established random points for checking, no need. Depende sa degree, no? So, nag-research na po siya, no? Pero anyway, marabag, nalakay spot na kuha ang data na coordinate sa elevation. Yung imo na ibang kasi yung mapa o niya, o pareha mag elevation. O pareha, so meaning kasi, my survey is okay, di ba? So, naman dito yung validation. So, for example, horizontal, sa Mohon. From this station, musyad ko ito na Mohon. Yan, mawari na po ko na station, musyad ko ito na Mohon, same Mohon. If mag-abot na sila, so may pasabot. So, okay ang ato, traverse. Di ba? Inanalagyan ko na sa elevation. Okay. So, yun. So, whatever the method, traditional, conventional, or the latest na mga methods, it doesn't matter. It's how you do it. How you, asa convenient. Ako, convenient ko total station, kaya makita na ako, dali lang, yung rod height, that's it, no? So, most of the data source now, from GNSS, or the RTK. So, usually that position. I'm not sure, sa may output, position file, and easy na, di ba? Position file, no? Text, CSV, text file, na paano siya? Verbal, naka-format na siya na northings, eastings, elevation, then kung saan siya na point. Inyo, nabutangan na, paano siya? Oh, banana tree, banana corner of the house, road, center line sa road. So kana, when you do topographic mapping, survey, it's important to put every detail sa every point na you observe. So kung traditional method, kasi tawag natin stadia method, pwede stadia din, no? Stadia. So, I guess, kay bawa pataan na, no? Pero anyway, looking forward na lang ka, ang akong gihatag ninyo na data is from my data, no? GNSS, total station na data. I'm not sure na anyway, points. Sige, kanya na i-discuss ako. Then, na-share na ako katong tulugan ni ka-files, katong kauban sa ka-servo, katong CSV, mo na to siya. Of course, when you conduct survey, there are times na magbalik-balik imong data. Kunya, wala, hindi ako mag-erase, or wala sa'yo man ako lang timanan. So that's why we need to have filtering. Kaya for example, na-identify mo ang kanina observation is sa'yo, or kanang murag, hindi siya necessary na appeal dapat sa imong topographic survey. So, maybe, post-processing of your data, imo na siya pan-on. So, man ang kinahanglan, of course, kung ikaw na survey, makaibaw ka, okay, point 99, ang kaning point number 99, ako ni pan-on unya. Kaya na may times din ako pan-on. Kaya for example, nag-gather ko diri unya, pagkuha na ko sa data kay naka-tilt ang imong GNSS, kunahay, nag-RTK ka, wala siya tilt compensation. Yun na-record. Unsa may ma-record na to? So, erroneous. So, it could give misleading results sa kanang part. So, ayun mo, mobiyan ako nataro. Sige, sa mo to na point number, ako na i-note na ako na i-delete niya. So, mag-filter ka, no? So, of course, we all know that we are in a digital era. Things are easier, but again, having a field notes, hard copy, gamit kayo siya, no? For documentation and maybe reference later. So, the data is coming from the total station, and of course, di na natin mag-discuss ang pag-import sa data from the device pa doon sa PC. Usually, that is that position, text, CSV, mo na yung file format. So, nana dito. And, take note, when we do our topographic survey, of course, elevation. So, naging times na hindi kayo relevant ang client sa horizontal o sa vertical. Basta pwede na ka mag-set of zero elevation diya. Basta, ang ako lang, makaibaw ko sa forma. Pwede. Pwede po, mutay up tawag ng RIA na benchmark para tie up it siya sa main sea level. Pwede po ng horizontal na to, tie up, mag-static ta. Static observation from nearest ground control point sa atong station, static para establish horizontal control. Kanda ka, pwede na po static observation para makuha ng elevation sa nearest benchmark. So, kana. So, di na ito mag-discuss na. So, these are the sample data. So, di na mao. Kana na lang. O, di yapon mao. Okay, anyway. Sige. Open the spreadsheet, then open the text file. So, you should able to open this kind of na face. I mean, makita ninyo. Parehara? Parehara. So, by the way, it depends yun sa nimo pag-import. Kaya ang akong method ni Kimmer, naanad naman ko na NEZ. Dili man ko since nag-start ko sa Geodetic engineering journey, murag northings, eastings sa mga itong term, no? Di naman ito may mga eastings, northing, eastings, dita. So, Y, X. So, that's why NEZ din siya. Okay. So, open the text file provided. It is in a format of point, northings, eastings, Z or the elevation, then the description. So, pag topo na ako, before I save the point, ako i-indicate kung saan man siya topo. So, pwede rin mag-dili manundog sa ako, but that is how I do it. No? Like, topo, meaning to say, topo data siya, topo point. Kanang STA, saan man na siya? Station, of course. Atong ginang language. Kasabot kita gaya na makakita tag STA, station yun. Okay. Oo, bila. Kaya ito mga station mga temporary na baka ng potolang madrigil kakao, dok-dok, staka. Bitaw, sakto. Really. So, station or stake or staka. Then PS, of course, monument. If you try to consider or observe, naagi mga elevations bisag din siya topo, like station, because it also contributes sa paghimo sa topographic features nimo later. So, mo nag-i-appeal din na ako na elevation. So, if ato na siya i-discuss doon. So may pasabot anang T1 niya kanilang dili lang ka sa asam na siya may T1. Kaning 47.799 and 26.98 niya 100. So sa ato pa if mag-set up ko sa instrument, no? So this is na diri ang 100 na elevation. Wala sa akong line of sight. Nakuha? No? So na-gets. So actually, these data are already reduced sa ground elevation. So meaning to say, katong i-share ni Sir Brian, dapat if nag-total station or nag-GNSS, imo gid-set ang elevation, rod height, prism height, sa pumilain, target height, instrument height. Kaya para, pag-record mo, di na ka mag-blame mag-reduction later. So, I guess, kamautaan na, pero di lang tayo na frequent ba kay. Of course, most likely sa atong mga sa atong practice, land survey, kita ka na ba mga survey lang, horizontal, kita. Bisag maglaing-laing pag-elevation, no? So, yun. Okay. So what I would like you to do is edit and delete redundant data or kanang somehow more man siya. Duda ni siya eh. Sige, you can do it now. So try to observe. No? Kani, tito, yung 1,000, 2,000, yung the rest kay na sa mga tuan. So kung imo ni plot, asa man ni sila? Tuan na dito. Ang imong topographic survey na dito, uban points na dito. So you need to delete that. Sige, try to cleanse your data now. Sige, cleanse. Magkanta, data. Data cleaning. So, browse po mo, maragdagan na data points. I don't know, pila? 400? Pila ba na? 200. So, pali po check kung asa may pwede delete anak ninyo. So, delete. Gamit na. But make sure to secure extra copy kay kung ang original copy niyo gipa, kung niya pabalikan ta mo, wala. Pwede na mo makuan, pero okay ra na, like inyo doaan anyway. So make sure ma-delete na ninyo sa inyong sa inyong file at in short ma-remove. Sige. So try to explore the data. Of course, you need to explore. It doesn't mean na magaling mga lapses na to. For example, we are confident that we gather this numerous data. Then, ato na siya gi-upload sa sa atong CAD, sa atong Excel. Ato na gi-import sa kuan. So, without checking, so naging tendencies mag-wonder ka, anong kaning part kay mo nagpasaka, di pa ni pasaka, or di gani na ay spike. What about anomaly ba sa imong output? So, you need to start with looking through the data. Of course, if your data is 1,000 kabuok, so wag putay mahimo. Tan-awon na gina nato, no? So it's about effort, no? Effort na gina siya. So, effort na mag-evaluate. Then, may nakita ng mga anomaly diha. Mga sa kalibo, no? Kana. So, pwede na ninyo pad-on. You can erase that data. So, why it happens na nakuha na ng data kay kanay magsuway-suway ko, when I already conducted my survey, wala akong set ang akong pag-save sa data sa intended na file. So, may akong gibuhat. So, ako na nag-continue. So, I'll just do the data cleaning. So, advantage yun na to if for example, natin mga basic training or refresher about doing surveys, no? Even though we are professionals sa kanina field, but again, we need still the enhancement, review, no? Di po tayo confident na po we need to remain our skills na ma-improve all the time, no? So, i-delete din siya, kanang mawa din siya sa inyong data. Okay, ato na siya gamiton later. Pwede ko sa tawag na, delete row. Oh. So, just bring the arrow right here. Naka-view ba ta? Pwede mo. Delete data. Sige, just continue your plan. Okay. So, na-delete na. Na-clean na, confident na ta. Okay na? Na-delete na? Okay na? Pwede save as na lang. Save as na lang ka. save as. How about here, sir? Nakuha na po din mo, sir, naman. Save name. Sige. Okay, maybe you ma-recognize mo na to as a save, for example. Sige. For example, northings, eastings is mga consistent na mga values, and then ang kaiuban northings 1,000, 2,000. So, we can say na, uy, marag, wanilabot. Kaya kung horizontally, it's too far away. Layo kayo siya sa atong survey area na paan. No? And by the way, by the way, kung if you are using GNSS, advantage siya, kanya naman, iset nimo ang coordinate system niya daan into PRS-92, grid. Dili na ta kinahanglan o transformation or shifting of the coordinates. Since I'm using total station, wala ko nag-refer horizontal, kaya dili man needed sa client. Wala ko nag-refer vertical, I mean benchmark, kaya dili needed sa client. So, wala ang coordinates na to, wala na nag-local. As in local na local. So, it depends, no? Sa ato need, sa ato requirement. Okay lang na nindot ba yung topographic? Pila yung tarifas topographic survey? Nindot ba yan? Wala ka ba mga hektar? Wala na kayong subdivide ito. Let's do topographic. Sige. Ben? Maybe is it okay to proceed now? Proceed na ta? Okay na? Naka-delete na? Sige. So considering na-delete na to. So let's move on to the next step. Okay? So we are doing this because the data provided to you will be used for creating contour lines or topographic features. Okay. Now, let's edit your data inputs. Sige, may I have first your attention, no? So, given you already deleted those anomalous data, no? So, data, actually, pwede yung when we save this file, ato siya di-modify, pwede yung pwede yung ang kani siyang column A, ato siya i-renumber 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kaya nga naman, the civil 3D, hindi siya mo-accept mo. Ang point data nimo, dili kanya, ang point na data, real number yan dawaton. Integer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So dapat ang imo dili, sure ka na wala yung mga nasagol na P1. Kani dawaton niya. But if naay usa ka element sa imong tibok data na sayo, dili basahon sa ni civil 3D. No? Mo X gid ang civil 3D. Wala digit first task pa lang nato maghimong topographic map. X na sa pag-import. Dili na kayo mag topographic map. Dako kayo ng problema. During my time, saon gini eh? So mga to, you need to look through sa imong data. Maybe it's tedious, pero anyway, kung imo smooth sailing imong trabaho, then wala na ka problema later on. Sige. So, may I have your attention? Sige. So, kita kaning number 1, di-delete man nimo tong first 3, di ba? Katong mga 1,000. So, ang may bilin, mo ni pinaka-first. So, akong gibuhat, since ang kaning last is description, ako nag-edit na station underscore T1. So, para ang kanina column, pwede na ako i-delete. So, bumataan na ka. Alam, kung saan man ako, 1,000 ka po or 2,000 akong data points, Kung saan ako na mainani na ako siya. Kung saan may buhaton ninyo? Concatenate. No? And yung buhaton, maging mo kaglayang column, i-concatenate, imong duha. Ang ako, for this instance, gamay raman ako mga T1, T2. So, why not? Ako na lang siya i-type. No? So, it depends na sa inyo, guys, if kanang si tawagan ni subjective kayo na siya kay ako confident ko mo gamit og inani, maybe you confident ka mo gamit og inani, so wala ni pug sanay unsay method gamiton, but I'm just giving the idea kay when we use the data later on pag import na to sa Civil 3D dapat sakto na gid atong data format, not the format but also the content. Okay, natrabaho ninyo ni, please do the other station lang ayun na yung mga topo. Station. Okay. Sige, finish the station. Rename lang ninyo. Ay lang sa po ninyo i-erase si column A. Later na lang. Sige. So, only the stations. Kaya ang purpose na ko kay ma-map out na ko sa akong topo. Uy, direct station 1, direct station 2, station 3, station 4, 5, or okay, I will tell you why nganong ako ni-retain ang kaning station. First, when you import these data points sa sa Civil 3D, basta na kay description na STA, automatic ang iyang symbol o station na siya may advantage. Later atin pakita. Magdungan ta perform. So, ambot nganong wala pag anyway kay ang si tawag ni ang kada bang tungod na sa experience ang pangalan sa station kay STA kada bang hilig man tag mga short mga acronym. Ano niyo sa ubos na ako ng mga description na ay PS. Mohon. PS. Wala ko ng PS1, PS2, basta PS. Kanya, sa pa to? Nasa PS, sir? Kung nagbatay pang bato, ano ka? Kasi na may mga pangang-pangan diya. Ito no? Sige, I guess nahuman na tanong. So after that, you delete column A yearly. So what's left is column A is for the northings, eastings, Z or the elevation, and the description. Description. Sige ka na. Okay na. Okay na. Masundan na agad. Okay na. Ang inyong gamiton is delete. Delete column. Para pag-delete niya, automatic na move si data pa doon diha. So, dapat expert na ito spreadsheet. Kana, sir. Sakto na siya. Dili ka, dapat, ano nga ito, magpapagid ka. Ano na yun, sir, kung may kuwan? Kana ng mga columns. PS, pwede pareha survey, PS. Pwede po palpak. PS, palpak na survey. Or hindi ganit, PS, permi supply. Ay, buhay. Ang say tawag sa itong, saan? Kinabuhi? Maniniyot? Paan? Cameraman. Ang okay, kung mag-survey ka sa sa what is smile? May mo smile ka total station, wait, ano eh. Maantang cameraman. Pero gamit diya siya, no? Kanang, wa pa na ready mo forward, magtanatan-aw ka, bisag asa. Sige. Done? How about here? Okay, done? Perform na? Kana? Sikla na? Okay. Second, row. Nakana, nadilit na ninyo? The engineer. Okay na? I-master na, i-edit lang. Sige, so hopefully nakapollow tanan, no? Okay. So make sure your data is ready. Okay, para once we import the data sa system, I mean sa software, wala tayong problema. Sige. So, generally, it's already in NEZD format. Northings, Eastings, and elevation and description format. Please save the file, save as. Save as na lang. Save as. I-save as ninyo kaya para ang original dili mawa. Or, ang technique ani, guys, is before ka mag-modify sa data,